What's going on, everybody? In this video, I want to go over what Terawulf should be pulling in for revenue when they report earnings. We do have their previous 3 mining updates, so we're going to figure out how much Bitcoin they sold and then do the math and see what kind of revenue they're looking at. And we'll also do a quick comparison to CleanSpark towards the end here. So let's get into this one. So first off, looking at the most recent update, the June mining update, they did pull in 9.6 million and they mined 347 Bitcoin. Now, while they don't say what they sold their Bitcoin for in previous months, we can do the math. And they do say right here, as with prior months, all self-mined Bitcoin was sold. So that there tells us that in the previous months, they did sell everything that they mined. So let's take a look. In May, they mined 323 Bitcoin. And in April, they mined 239. Now, doing the math on that, of course, the June update was 9.6 million. The previous update was 9.69 million. Doing the math, basing it off of a $30,000 Bitcoin. Sure, they could have sold it at a lower price. This is just a general ballpark. And then in April, they pulled in somewhere around 7.1 million. Of course, it depends on what price they sold their Bitcoin at, but we're just basing this off of a $30,000 Bitcoin. Now, they should be somewhere in the ballpark of 26.3 million. And looking at what's expected for earnings, they are expecting a revenue of 21.4 million. It's very likely that they're actually going to beat revenue compared to other miners. CleanSpark, for example, I expect to miss by $5 to $10 million. And I go over that in a previous video. They even lowered their estimate for revenue. And then Bitfarms is the same thing. They should come in under revenue expectations. So that's nice to see that Terawulf is very likely to beat expectations where revenue is concerned. And this company has seen very nice revenue growth compared to some of the other miners. Only a few quarters ago, they were pulling in 3.9 million. So they do have very nice revenue growth. And the chart is certainly bullish like the other Bitcoin miners. We are getting some consolidation here. So I am watching for a breakout to either direction, to be honest. We may break this $3 level and go to the downside and test our 50 moving average, at which point I think it'll be a great time to acquire some Terawulf. We could also blast past the $4 psychological level if, for example, Bitcoin starts running, or if we just get a little bit of hype in all Bitcoin miners. If I was playing this short term and this did break out of $4, I'd probably set a stop loss somewhere around 390 and see how much it can run while moving up that stop loss. Now, while I do think Terawulf offers a lot of opportunity to the upside, I do want to compare it to CleanSpark and show you a few things. So first off, end of year target for Terawulf is 7.9 exahash. And as of their last mining update in June, their average operating hash rate was 4.9, so nearly 5 exahash. Meanwhile, we have CleanSpark with a 16 exahash target by year end, and currently at an operating hash rate of 8.5 exahash per second. So CleanSpark has higher projections for their hash rate target, and they're currently mining at a higher hash rate. Meanwhile, Terawulf has a $733 million market cap, while CleanSpark has a $691 million market cap. So CleanSpark's market cap is lower while they are mining more Bitcoin per day. And while they do have a higher exahash target, actually double what Terawulf's end of year target is. And obviously there's more to it, so let's look at a couple other things. Now, this is as of last earnings, but CleanSpark has 11 million in cash, 23 million in debt, and of course they have their Bitcoin holdings. And then we have Terawulf with 115 million in debt, nearly 17 million in cash, and their respective Bitcoin holdings as well. Now, I'm having trouble finding Terawulf's current Bitcoin held, but looking at CleanSpark, they are currently sitting at 529 Bitcoin on their holdings. But please let me know in the comments below if you can find Terawulf's current Bitcoin holdings. They don't seem to go over that in their mining update. They just say what they sold, so maybe they sold everything, but I'm not quite sure about that. But simply just looking at these miners based on market cap, based on balance sheet so far, CleanSpark looks like the better pick. But that doesn't mean that Terawulf doesn't offer some great opportunities. They are growing their revenue at a faster pace than CleanSpark, although their revenue is smaller. They're expecting somewhere around $20 million in revenue this quarter, while CleanSpark is expecting somewhere around 40 million. But let me know down below, what is your top pick for Bitcoin miners? Mine, I still gotta go with CleanSpark, but I do think all of these smaller Bitcoin miners offer a lot of upside, such as Terawulf, such as Bitfarms, and I'm gonna be doing a video going into Iris Energy as well, so stick around for that. And one thing that Terawulf, at least I'm expecting for it compared to CleanSpark and some others, is I do expect Terawulf to exceed their revenue expectations, which is definitely a good thing, while CleanSpark and company like Bitfarms are likely to miss their revenue expectations. So I do find that kind of interesting. There are surely a lot of moving parts with these Bitcoin miners. Let me know down below which one is your top pick. Thanks for watching, guys. Get ready for the Fed meeting. That's going to be huge. Once that's out of the way, once we hear what the Fed says, I wouldn't be surprised to see the market start running again. We have been pulling back in anticipation of this Fed meeting, and of course Bitcoin has been pulling a bit, so that has been causing some pain for these Bitcoin miners that have run up quite a bit lately. But I do think this consolidation for these Bitcoin miners is a good thing. They have been running up quite a bit, and I do see it as a great buying opportunity. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll catch you later.